Uh, uh, well, I'm glad I could talk to him about it. You know, first of all, as a father, I'm glad I could talk to him about it. Cause first, when I was getting on his ass about it, he just separated himself from me. Nigga just be gone, you know. Like. So as a father, I'm glad he can talk about it to me. And now I can joke with him about it, you know. But he gotta get sick, man. That's what anything you do. Like, if you addicted, you gotta get sick. You gotta go to that hospital.
Bruh, you telling me that Boosie that went on Vlad TV a couple years ago and talked about how brutal the withdrawals is from sipping lean, you allowed your son to start sipping lean, and after you found out he was sipping lean, instead of forcing him to go to rehab to stop, you said he gotta get sick. So basically you allowed him to continue drinking the lean until he got sick to influence him to maybe stop sipping the lean. If anything, bruh, I think that'll make his addiction worse, because according to lean drinkers like Boosie, right, when you stop drinking the lean, you don't want to eat, you constipated, your stomach hurt, and from what I heard, those withdrawals don't go away until you either just stop doing it cold turkey for weeks or you go back to drinking it again. That's why so many people, like, they can't ever stop sipping lean, because once they start going through the withdrawals, they sweating, they can't use the bathroom and all that, or whatever the case is, they end up going back to it. So I don't agree with Boosie on this, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Your son is young, bruh. How old is Tootie Raww? 18, 19, maybe 20s. You know, he's fresh up out of high school, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, he should have never been sipping lean in the first place, bruh. But, you know, Boosie be on live, his son in the house, Boosie smoking weed in the house, you know, used to sip lean. Like, bruh, of course he's gonna want to do what his dad does, right? That's like if you're young, right? And your dad likes to drink beer, right? Most likely you're gonna end up growing up drinking beer because you want to be like your dad, you know what I'm saying? So your son took on the bad habits of his father, you know what I'm saying? And all of this could have been avoided if you wasn't doing these things in front of him. That's the reality of the situation, y'all. He should have never been doing these things in front of his son in the first place.
You gotta get sick, man. You know, because like he told me, like, Dad, I be trying to shake it, but when I get mad, it make me do it again. And that was me, bro. I be off something, bro. I come out, I be straight. As soon as somebody make me mad, I take that out and make me do it again, you know. As a teenager, that was me. As a teenager, bro, I used to quit something. As soon as I get mad, I do it again. But that's the only problem I got with my son right now, is him drinking that lean. I mean, he done manned up, doing pretty good with saving money, just, you know, following my drip, getting bank accounts, just doing all kind of shit. So he done manned up, got his own spot, 2 whips. I mean, he doing his thing, bro. I mean, happy to say he not in jail, you know. He had caught a case, but we got Drew on that. We got Drew Finland on that, so. I mean, from how I raised.
You saw how Boosie started capping, but then he quickly corrected himself. He said the only problem his son got is sipping lean. But then he brings up the fact that his son just caught a case last year, you know what I'm saying? And listen, bruh, him drinking the lean is probably why he caught the case. Because when you drink lean, bruh, you get a bad temper, bro. Whenever, like, you can't kick that, like whenever you sipping a lean and stuff like that, bro, you get real, like, hot-headed and angry real fast, you know what I'm saying? And it just makes you make stupid decisions, you know what I'm saying, that you probably wouldn't make if you were sober. So let's get into what Tootie Raww got arrested for last year. Shout out to TMZ. His son was basically arrested with a machine gun, you know what I'm saying? So it says Boosie Badass is probably hating that like father, like son tagline right about now. His eldest son, Tootie Raww, was arrested in Atlanta yesterday, and the charges are steep. Atlanta police tells TMZ Hip Hop they arrested Torrance Taylor for unlawful possession of a firearm and obstruction of law enforcement officers on September 3rd. Earlier today, footage of Tootie being detained at a residence and led into a police cruiser surfaced online. Unfiltered, no, we're not gonna talk about Charleston White. But the situation just made life even bleaker for Boosie, because at the time, Boosie was currently awaiting his sentencing, which he ended up, I think he got probation for that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Boosie for that. But yeah, man, like, you trying to act like Tootie Raww is this good kid that just sips lean and just chills at the house. Nah, bruh. Your son was driving around with a firearm, got pulled over, and got arrested. You know what I'm saying? Now, you did hire one of the best lawyers he could get, Drew Finland. Shout out to Drew Finland. But, bruh, like, as a father, bruh, like, why would you want your son to make the same mistakes that you made? You sip lean. You went on Vlad TV and talked about how hard it was for you to quit lean. And then your oldest son is sipping lean as well. You've been arrested. You went to jail. Your son gets arrested and goes to jail. Like, listen, bruh. Like, I know your son Tootie Raww wants to be just like his dad Boosie, right? He got the Boosie fade. But as a father, bruh, like, you shouldn't want your son to be like you. You should want your son to be better than you. You should be doing everything in your power to make sure that your son doesn't follow your footsteps. And when you look at this interview, you see all the smiling and cackling that Boosie's doing. You could tell that he likes the fact that his son is doing the same things that he did when he was younger. He likes the fact that his son is making the same mistakes that he was making when he was his son's age. He likes it because in his mind, he's like, damn, my son want to be just like me. My son think I'm cool. Yeah, he do think you cool, bro. A lot of people think Boosie is cool. But these things should not be happening, bro. This is the same thing that's going on with T.I.'s son, King Harris, getting pulled over in a Pikachu pajama onesie, bro. You know what I'm saying? Talking to the officers crazy. The officers is telling him to get out the car. He don't want to get out the car. T.I. had to literally pull up to the scene for his son to get into the police car and get arrested. You know what I'm saying? But you don't see T.I.'s other sons acting like that. Damani, he don't get arrested. Damani, he does music. He stays out of trouble. His other son, Buddy Red, whatever his name is, he does like 80s music or something like that. Plays the guitar like on some Jimi Hendrix type shit. He don't be getting in trouble. You don't see his daughters getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So what does that tell us? That tells us that King Harris is just trying to be who T.I. was back in the day, right? Tootie Raww is trying to be just like who Boosie was back in the day. Well, Boosie still is the same nigga to be today. So, you know, Boosie still be getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Boosie, man, you got to get more strict as a dad, man. But the thing is his son is a grown-ass man now. So at this point, his son can do whatever he want to do now.
Yeah, kind of case, but we got Drew on that. We got Drew Finland on that. So, I mean, from how I raised him, you know, I raised my son fucked up, bro. Like, real gangster, baby, bro. Like, I raised my son fucked up. And that's why I'm still trying to better him, you know. But he ain't in prison. I mean, so I'm just happy he done manned up. I mean, that's Lil Tootie, man. That's my boy. I love him, you know. So as a dad, I gotta do this. I gotta get on his ass about, you know, about certain shit. But I learned as a father, you learn how to come at each one of your kids different. Every kid is different. No kid is the same. Some kids you can get on their ass so hard you'll break them. But some kids, when you get on them hard, they'll run away from that lesson. So, that's my dog.
Now, that is true. It's only so much you could do as a parent, you know, telling your kids what to do and what not to do before they just got to find out on their own, right? So, listen, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Boosie was telling Tootie Raww not to do all these things the whole time, and maybe he was doing it anyway, right? Because we all was kids before, right? Like, all of our parents told us to not smoke weed, right? But we end up smoking it. You know what I'm saying? And as a kid becoming a man or a woman, right? You do gotta go through some things on your own. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you're gonna tell your kids not to do something, you can't let them see you doing it. Because if Boosie's telling his son don't smoke weed, but he's smoking weed in the house with his son instead of going outside or going in the car to do it to where his son doesn't see him, why would he listen to you telling him not to do something and you doing it, right? So, you know, we just gotta hold ourselves accountable as men, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we have kids and stuff like that, bro, we gotta do everything in our power to make sure that our kids don't follow the bad things that we do. Like, if you got a bad food addiction, like say that you eat a lot of fast food, right? You eat a lot of McDonald's, Popeyes, right? And you got health problems because of that. Or maybe you don't, right? And then you have kids, right? You should not be giving your kids fast food 5 days a week. If you know that you got diabetes or something like that, you got high blood pressure because you eating a bunch of fast food. When you have kids, bro, you know what you need to do? Cook for your kids. Make sure they eating salad and vegetables 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they eating a nice home cooked meal. And if you're gonna go on the road, man, go get you a rotisserie chicken. You feel me? Get you some fish. You know what I'm saying? Like, get you some lean steak, some pork loin. Not talking about with some rice and beans and some veggies. Don't be going to McDonald's 5 days a week because you lazy, you don't want to cook, so you just want to get something that's fast. Nah, bro, because what's going to happen is that same bad food addiction that your kids got, that you got, your kids going to get it because they going to do what their parents do. You feel me? All of this stuff going on with Tootie could have been avoided, bro. Him sipping lean, that could have been avoided. Him getting arrested with a gun on him, that could have been avoided. But, bruh, Boosie is getting, you know, like, bro, how many times has Boosie gotten arrested within the last couple of years, bro? This man was facing like life behind prison. He beat the case, right? Ended up coming out. And since then, how many times has Boosie got arrested since then? Multiple times, bro. Having guns in the car. You guys think it's ironic that Tootie Raww last year in September got pulled over with a gun in the car? How many times has Boosie gotten pulled over with a gun in the car? He's just trying to be like his dad, bruh. So, yeah, man, I don't blame Tootie Raww, but listen, Tootie, bruh, you a grown man, bruh. Just be smarter. You know what I'm saying? Stay out of trouble, man, and just focus on your music, because I think your music is fire, bruh. I think him and King Harris, T.I.'s son, make really good music, bruh. I think they should go ahead and do an album together. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's your boy Days. Let me know what y'all think. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video, click that hype button for your boy so we get this video into the algorithm. I'm out.